Hi there, how are you today? How's your day going, or how did your day go, depending on what time you're watching this? So let us call this Sincerely Speaking episode 1, and then I've tagged it first reaction. Why did I tag it first reaction? Because I'm curious. I want to be sure that we're on the same page. I also want to know, because this thing has been like in my chest for a long time. I want to know if I'm the one who is not very, very normal. I want to know what your first reaction was to the fact that your parents are gospel ministers. Because the story differs from person to person. For some people were born into a family and they found out, they're just born and they just saw that daddy is a pastor, mommy is a pastor, daddy is an evangelist, daddy is a deacon, daddy is a reverend, an apostle, and so on. For some people, so for some young people like myself, we were born and then shortly after, say some years later, our parents were called into ministry. So what was your first reaction to your parents being gospel ministers? When did it begin to occur to you that, wait, what's going on? Okay, that is a pastor. That's why this is like this and that's why that is like that. I'll go first. I'll share my own experience first. So my dad became a pastor when I was 9. Yes, and I wasn't exactly surprised because I saw it coming. He was a very, very fervent worker in church. He was an elder for a long time, and then he became a pastor, and so it was just very, very much expected. But then the only difference between when he wasn't a pastor and when he was a pastor, for me, the only difference that it made in church was the fact that before he became a pastor, I could decide in children's church that I don't want to read memory verse, I want to join the choreography group, or I don't want to sing in the choir, I want to join the drama group. But as soon as he became a pastor, I became jack of all trades. I had to do everything, and then people will call you, and then when you say, I don't want to do that, they're like, you don't want to do what? And I'm like, I'm not the pastor now. Why do I have to? Even pastor does not do everything. Pastor is to preach and to, look after the sheep. Why do I have to do drama, do choir, do recitation, do everything? So that was the difference I saw. And then also the fact that my parents had to get to church. Well, not my parents alone. My family had to get to church like an hour or two earlier than everybody else, and then we would not leave until 3 or 4 or 5 hours after everyone has gone. And I'm just there like, what kind of life is this? I don't want this life. Brought out of my mind and stuff. My first reaction was well, okay. But later on, the reaction changed to, everybody wait, I'm not the pastor, wait. Because people's expectations began to get obvious. People, maybe is it just me, or did you feel like that too? Because it began to seem like my dad being a gospel minister, my parents being gospel ministers, made people to expect me to begin to do born again stuff. It was hilarious, and it was one of the reasons why I then intentionally delayed being born again. Like, wait first, what is everybody's problem? I was very, very somehow, now that I think about it, like I really intentionally delayed being born again. Like, wow, God must have been looking at me like, look at this one. But then it felt like, why is everybody being like that? Everybody expected to do born again stuff, and I'm like, I grew into a teenager, and I just kind of like developed a certain resentment for church people. If you don't greet them, it's a problem. If you greet them and you don't kneel down, wahala. If you wear one dress, problem. If you do something, problem. And the funny thing, people who had more to say were the people who did not have a hold on their own children's lives. Those church people, their own children are there doing, all sorts of things, but it's you that they will see. I'm a pastor that they will see, Pastor Pekin. That's Pastor so and so. So it just made me very angry for a very long time. That was my own reaction. So I'll be waiting to read from you. I'll be waiting to read your comments. What was your first reaction to your parents being ministers? What does it feel like right now? What's the difference between how you felt before and how you feel now? The truth is that the pressures never go away. Never go away. They never go away. They're still there. They're always there. But over time, you just grow into, you're able to manage. You're able to deal with these pressures with divine wisdom. Because that's all. That is the only way you can deal with the pressure. I mean, you cannot use your common sense. You just faint. So what was your first reaction? Did you like the fact that your parents were gospel ministers? Were you indifferent? Did you detest it? What changed for you? How did it affect you? Because you'll be lying if you say it did not affect us. There's no way it will not affect you. How did it affect you? I'll be waiting to read from you in the comment section. And then I just thought about something. So I'd love to share with you my very first salvation story. I'm getting ideas. It's a very interesting story. I can almost write a movie from it, trust me. So in the next video, I'll be sharing with you my very first salvation story. Just thinking about it is making me laugh. Pastor Pikin, we go do alright. We'll be very fine. Might take a while, but we'll do great. So let me know, first reaction to parents being gospel ministers. What's up? How did it feel? Okay? So I'll be waiting to read from you. Meanwhile, let me go and get to do other things. I'll give you gist. Ask salvation story coming up very soon. Okay?